Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for January 18th. Popping on here tonight, please comment and tell me hello and let me know if you're with me live or if you're watching on replay. And yes, I am tired today, so I'm going to tell you guys that if I look tired, yep, I'm tired. It's been a long day today. Lots of hours on my computer. So anyway, if you are joining me, please comment and tell me hello. And we will get started here in just a couple of minutes with my awesome presentation for you guys tonight. So tonight it is going to be all about 3D projects for Valentine's Day. And I've got 5 different projects that I'll be sharing with you. So hopefully you get some ideas of things that you might want to do as well. So this is kind of a continuation of our Facebook Live from last week where I showcased some Valentine's Day cards. So hello to Shelby. I see Shelby on here and Luann. Hello, ladies. Again, if you're joining me live, please comment and let me know that you're here. Hello to Kit and hello to Kay. So yeah, welcome everyone. To our snowy weather finally getting better. Today was the first day that I think the roads on the way home from work, that the roads were not a complete glare of ice. It has been treacherous driving to work. It actually makes me very frustrating driving to work that our roads people can't get these roads cleaned. Anyway, the main roads were okay, like our freeways and things like that, but all of our back roads, our two-way roads, or whatever you want to call them, were not very good for the last week. So it has been very interesting driving to work every morning. But today, like I said, coming home today was the first time on our one road that I take every day that there was actually pavement that you could see for a good portion of it. So today was a good melting day. So anyway, hello to Mary and Luann again, Shireen, Joanne. Hi guys. So yes, I have lots of fun projects that I'll be sharing with you. They're all 3D projects or projects that you can use for 3D items like candy and chapsticks and fun things like that. And so these are actually, for those of you that are coming to my February 3rd Love of Crafting retreat, yes, you're going to get a sneak peek of what I'll be handing out to all of you. So if you really want these projects completed and done and sent to you, if you live long distance, you can get the retreat, what I call my retreat in a box, sent to you with make and takes. All the little goodies will be made and sent to you. If you're attending my event in person, these are the little thingies that you'll be getting handed out throughout the course of the event. So sneak peek alert that if you're coming and you don't want to see the projects, you might want to turn away when I start to do the actual presentation. But that is what I'm going to be showcasing for tonight. And so then I get the fun of making all of these. I have most of them all cut and prepped. I just got to put them together. So anyway, I'm excited for you guys to see what I have in store for you on that one. Hello to Natalie's on, because Natalie knows that I'm probably going to be talking about her. So she's going to be listening to the beginning part of my Facebook Live this week. So anyway, I just again want to welcome all of you to my live for this week. I do have a few announcements, and yes, Natalie is in my announcements because she's getting ready to leave on Sunday. So Natalie will be leaving to go on her adventure to Disney for 4 months. And so she's been packing. I got to tell you, one of the things that we got creative with is I purchased this vacuum seal, these bags with this little hand pump. It's no bigger than like a can of hairspray. And because she's got to take her own bedding. So like, they provide, it's a fully furnished apartment, but she needs to take her own linens and washcloths and things like that. So we're like, she can get by with just one or two towels and a couple washcloths. But for bedding, we got her some sheets, and then she's just taking a couple of her blankets with her and then a pillow. And we were able to compress that and compact it. So she's going to be going out there literally with two suitcases that she's going to be checking in. But we were able to compress all of her clothes that she's taking, her bedding. She also bought these like compression cubes that you put your clothes in and they seal right down. She has all of that stuff literally in one suitcase. And then we weighed it because I was afraid it was going to be over. We're only at about 37, 38 pounds. So she could even add more to it, but there's no space. I mean, it's a full-size suitcase. So if you ever have to go somewhere and you need to pack a lot of stuff in a little amount of stuff or little bags and stuff, take advantage and look at they're called compression, I think, and Natalie can even comment what they are, but they're compression type cubes that you put your stuff in and they zip right down tight. And then also we bought these bags with the little, it's got like a little notch that you turn on, and then you just suction all the air out and it vacuum packs it really tight. And then she's going to actually be able to take that little tube with her. The bags are reusable, and so she can do the exact same thing for when she comes home. So anyway, we have gotten very, very creative with her packing. I'm like, that's your blankets, that's your pillow. I mean, it's like this big flat cube. So anyway, but we take her to the airport on Sunday, so she will fly out by herself. I had a few mixed feelings about that, but I told her, I said, Natalie, I can't afford to come help you pack and come down to see you later. So, like, you got to pick your battles, right? So, but she was able to find, and then good luck trying to find a hotel that will let somebody under the age of 21 check into a hotel. We did find one. It's right across the street from where her apartment's going to be, because she can't check in till Monday morning, like at 8:10. But she met this girl named Anne Marie, either from Virginia, West Virginia, and her family is driving in, so they're going to actually pick Natalie up in the morning from the hotel. This girl is actually one of her roommates. They're going to be actually sharing a bathroom. They each have their own bedroom, but they met in a Facebook group. I'm telling you guys, Facebook's phenomenal for doing all kinds of awesome things for all of us, right? Like some of you met me through that. And so she hasn't actually met this girl in person. They did some FaceTiming, lots of texting. But I think she feels they're going to get along wonderful. They have a lot of things in common, a lot of similar interests, similar habits and hobbies, and just how they their sleep patterns and their likes, dislikes. So we are confident that will work out good for her. And so anyway, so she will be leaving on Sunday. And so I will be going down to see her the middle of February. So there's going to be 1 week you guys are going to be getting pre-recorded video. So I'm going to apologize in advance, but I took advantage of some frequent flyer mile points. Got a flight for literally $11. And we got a room rate very, very reasonable with some points from friends of ours. So anyway, I will be going to see her the middle of February, and then my husband and Claire and I will all be going down in April sometime to see her for a long weekend as well. So we got some things lined up and in store for that. But she will be going down by herself. So I'll definitely keep you guys informed and posted on how she's doing and how things are going for that. But she's traveled with us before, so I'm sure she'll be just fine. But at first I was a little uneasy going, but she'll be fine. So there's my Natalie update. My Claire update. This is my frustrated Claire update. Most of you who know my daughter Claire know that she is very strong-willed and very determined and very, very, very. So she told my husband that I will be getting my hours in to take my driving test over Christmas break. She had like 14 hours left. So she did. Like, she drove to take my mom back to the Thumb. She drove, 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. Made my husband go out almost every day with her for an hour, getting all these hours in. The poor girl has tried to take her. So she turned 16 the beginning of November. And so she has been trying patiently, not so patiently, to take her driving test for the last week and a half. And we have had horrible Michigan weather, the snow. So they've canceled it on her 3 times. Then we canceled it again. It was supposed to be on Wednesday of this week. Our roads in this area are just not the greatest. So they decided to postpone it at least a week, give our roads time. Claire's like, yeah, just in time for another storm. So anyway, it's been kind of interesting to see her frustration. She is so excited to want to be able to drive herself and all of that fun stuff. But, oh my goodness, to get this driving test in. And that's where we kind of, not really chuckle, but because she pushed really hard to get her hours in, and now we can't get this test in. So there's my Claire update. She's also been working really hard. I've been humming Beauty and the Beast in my head for the last 2 weeks. She's working really hard on all of her music for the school musical. If any of you didn't hear that news, she is the cellist in our high school musical Beauty and the Beast. And the book she brought home is like this thick. So she has been working really hard to get to learning all of that. In addition to getting ready for her solo and ensemble, that will be, I think it's February 10th. So, and next week, you guys will see me post some pictures. Next week is our snowball. So she will be in a really pretty purple dress that she got. And so we are looking forward to that as well. So although I never asked if she wanted to have an appointment to get her hair done, hint, hint, Natalie, I just thought about that because Natalie is getting her hair done by our hairdresser right now. Anyway, totally dropped the ball on that one. But anyway, who knows? She may surprise me and just do something quick herself. But that's my updates on what's going on with us. Me, I've just been crazy busy. My job, I think, is going to slowly start to slow down. But the beginning of the semester, I had no idea how busy offices can be. That's awesome, Natalie. But I had no idea how busy offices can be when they are in a student service area. And financial aid is a very busy office at the beginning of a semester when students want to know where their financial aid is and why hasn't it posted to their account and when is my loan going to get refunded. And oh my gosh, it has been a lot. Our phones have been crazy. Our email inbox has been crazy. So this is my first go round of starting of a semester. And I'm here to tell you, wow, it is not for the faint of heart. It has my days fly by. So if some of you have been messaging me and going, oh my gosh, Kim hasn't gotten back with me. I used to take advantage of my lunch hours and breaks. I haven't even been hardly taking lunch and breaks because I just got so much to learn and things like that. So please know I will get caught up with all of you if you're patiently, not so patiently, waiting for me to get back with you. I promise you I will. So but it's going well. I'm adjusting well. I'm learning. They tell me I'm catching on fast, so that makes me feel pretty good about it. Anyway, so enough about all of that. Those are my updates that I have for us regarding our lives. You guys know the routine though. If you share, and Kay, I always appreciate you putting it out there for sharing. But if you share, you get in my drawing for goodies and prizes, right? So my two prizes are the Faceted Gems Trio Pack, and then I had a bolt of the Copper Clay Ribbon. And our winner of the Copper Clay Ribbon is Karen Reeves. So congratulations, Karen. Karen, I appreciate you because I didn't get back with you and let you know when I was home because it was literally like 10 minutes before I went live. Karen's waiting patiently to pick up some of her kits from me. But Karen, I hope this makes up for it. Your name was drawn to win one of my prizes for sharing and watching my Facebook Live. So thank you. I had that prize for you. And then the other winner of the Faceted Gems Trio Pack is Pat Stewart. So Pat Stewart and Karen Reeves, you are our winners for this week. Woo woo. All right, I asked Claire to grab out a couple prizes out of my little prize bin for right before I went live with you all. And so Claire picked out of that some round and square brads up for grabs this next week, and then some of the Simple Elegant trim. And this would be pretty good, nice trim to use for Valentine's Day as well. So you could use it on projects and things like that. So that is what is up for grabs this week. Okay, so who wants to see what I've got for you guys? So first of all, tonight's Facebook Live is a continuation of the Adoring Hearts dies. And I don't have my embossing folder here, but I showcased you guys how awesome that worked last time. So if you've missed part one, make sure you go back and watch my Facebook Live from last week. I showcased my Adoring Hearts class, which is currently open for registration if any of you are interested in some Valentine's Day cards. And then it's a beautiful Adoring Heart stamp set. And then it coordinates with some of the most adored designer series paper you can get for free during celebration. So you're going to see me using some of that paper tonight. I'm not going to go over in detail all of the products again tonight because I'm worried about not having enough time to get through all of my projects with you guys, okay? Because there are 5 of them and they're all 3D projects. They're all going to take a little bit of time. And I do have measurements. I have my measurements all typed up, okay? And so I am hoping to be able to do a blog post and post these out on my website. And I'll also post the measurements for all of my projects in the description of my Facebook Live after I am done with it. And then this video I always post to YouTube, so if any of you ever want to go back and watch it and can't find it on Facebook, my Facebook Lives get uploaded to YouTube, and I'll have these instructions in the description of the video on YouTube as well. So there'll be lots of options and opportunities for you guys to be able to grab these dimension or the measurements. So don't feel like you have to try to capture all of them tonight. If I go too fast for you, there are going to be opportunities for you guys to be able to have those and be able able to do them. Now, I will tell you that most of these creations that I did tonight, a couple of them are ones that I've tweaked that I've seen others do on either Pinterest or Facebook, but like 2 or 3 of them are just ones that I've come up with based on candy and things that I've purchased to be able to do for my my event. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my little stamp area. You're going to see lots of projects because you're going to also see a little recap on what I started with last week. But I always do a Facebook Live for my, Valentine's Day projects. I love Valentine's Day. I'm going to be giving these out to my coworkers as well. And so it's nice to actually have a good handful of coworkers to give projects to. I've already kind of, I wouldn't say suckered, but I've got 3 of my coworkers interested. One's actually doing little Valentines for her 3 kids for school. And I've got a few other people that are kind of sparking interest in what I do and getting intrigued by it, because I don't like to talk business when I'm at work, but they've seen cards that I've taken to work to put on display. They've gotten little gifts, a couple little gifts already. So they're all kind of intrigued by what I do. So it's been kind of a fun little avenue for me to be able to showcase some of these things that I do to some new people who are seeing a different side of what I do. So with that, I am going to transition my camera down and let's get started. What do you guys think? Okay. So again, you're going to be seeing a bunch of projects because I have a bunch of things that I have here that I made last time. You're also going to be starting to see maybe a little sneak peek of some new projects that you're going to be like, oh goodness, I want to know how she made them. So rest assured, you are going to get dimensions for doing all of these 3D projects and be able to make them, okay? So you will definitely have, I know, right? Wow. All right, I'm moving the 3D projects out of the way first because those are what you're going to be seeing tonight, okay? So a little recap first of what I did for my Facebook Live last week. If you remember, I showcased, I got to straighten this up. I don't like it crooked. There we go. Okay, so I showcased last week these awesome cards as part of my Facebook Live. So if you watched me last week, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing you make all those. So I talked about the dies. Remember I mentioned that the dies, you cut out 9 hearts all at once. The die, you run it through the embossing folder, which my embossing folder is not at this table right now because it's in the back. I was prepping a bunch of things for to make these for my event, but then you can cut all of them out at once. Okay, so all these hearts that I needed, I cut out 9 of them at once, and I did them all in either Flirty Flamingo or in Real Red. Okay, so I love this. These dies alone are, in my opinion, well worth it because you get so many all at once. All right, so let's get right into my 3D projects. What do you guys think? So I'm going to move the cards out of the way. Again, this is a class that's currently open for registration if you're interested. It'll ship in the mail to you next week and plenty of time for you to be able to get your cards together for Valentine's Day, okay? So you'll have lots of time to get them together. All right, so I'm going to start with one that is really, really easy. I know that you guys have seen me do this many times before, but I'm showing you a little bit of a different version. So this version is similar to what I have done for a, yes, you did, Lori, for a little kind of a hot chocolate packet or something like that, but I'm doing something a little bit different. Again, those of you that are coming to my retreat in February, you're going to be getting a sneak peek. This is going to be their cute little name card. And ready for what I'm going to put in it this time? They're all going to get a lottery ticket. They're all going to press their luck with the luck of the hearts and get a little lottery ticket that I'm going to put inside of there. And then their name is going to be down here. So that is why I don't have anything on here, because I'm going to print their name and that kind of thing. But how cute is this and how quick and simple? So we're going to start with quick and simple and show you guys how easy this is to put together. So this is basically a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock that I cut at 4 1/4 on the long side. So normally I cut my cardstock the other way. I've scored it right down the middle, and then I have it. Oh, Linda, hello, Linda. Linda, you're going to get a sneak peek, my dear, of what you're going to be getting because Linda's going to be coming to my event. All right, so there's what I did. I scored it at 5.5 down the center and at 1.25 from the edge, and then you just fold it over, okay? So you can kind of see how easy that is. From there, I have 2 different pieces of designer series paper. Hello, Janie. This is 4x4. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And so these are just going to get adhered together, and these get glued down to my card. So we're just going to adhere those down, and then this is going to get adhered down to this. Okay, and it can be a little bit shorter than what you need it to be because no one's going to see up there, right? And then you have a 1 inch by 4 that's going to go right across the top up here. So we're just going to add a little bit of adhesive there as well. And I'm just going to add this on here like that. And then I did adhere this down as well. Now for that, I did use some of my liquid Tombow glue because I really wanted this to hold really, really good. So I'm just going to do a little bit of liquid glue around the top part of that, and that's going to adhere down. Okay. And then what I did is I used my liquid glue as well, and I'm just going to ever so lightly, I don't want to glue the top, okay? But I'm going to ever so lightly put a little bit of adhesive along the ends here, like this. Maybe do a little bit in the middle. No, I don't want it up that high, you guys. I screwed up. But anyway, you guys get the gist of it. Just take it off there. I'm not going to glue it together because I want it to dry. But this is going to glue up like this on those sides. Oh, I can do it. The glue already dried. And then that will leave this little pocket open for me. Yeah, you don't want to glue it shut, you guys, okay? But it'll leave it open for me. I'm going to leave it open enough so that it can dry, and then I'll re-glue it down. But you get the gist of it, right? And then all I did was added my little this is the double oval punch. So I'll use the other one to put their name on it. So I'm just going to let that dry, and then, although it's almost dry already, and then I'll be able to re-glue that down. And then here I put one of the little hearts right in the middle with a dimensional and added a rhinestone to it. And voila, you have this awesome, cute little folder. And like I said, I'm going to be putting a lottery ticket in there. And when I hand it out, they're all going to have a couple minutes to scratch off their lottery ticket and see if any of them are lucky winners. But I thought, how cute is that? You know, usually I put candy in it or something, but I'm like, I'm going to get, and I don't usually buy lottery tickets. So, but I'm going to. They're all going to get a lottery ticket at my event for a little bit of fun to take a break from their crafting. Okay, so that is project number 1. Easiest ones out of the way first, right? Okay, project number 2. So I wanted a lot of my projects and things to be Valentine's Day themed. My theme for this event is called For the Love of Crafting, and I love to create Valentine's Day projects. So the next one that we are going to do together is, let me find it. I'll do another cute little one. This cute little Ghirardelli chocolate holder, okay? So Ghirardelli chocolate, who doesn't like Ghirardelli chocolates? Now I've normally done these in the past where I would create a little paper fold, but this time I created a cute little box, put a heart on the front, and that candy fits in there perfect, okay? So for this little project, and again, I am going to have all of the measurements for you guys. I gotta make sure that I don't take the wrong stuff. Okay, so for this little project, you're gonna have a piece of cardstock that is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, okay? And I did some scoring. You can already see some score marks. So with the long side up in your trimmer, I scored this at 1 7/8 from both sides. So basically, I have a score line here and a score line here. Then this, I got the candy from Walgreens, Carol. Walgreens had these cute little hearts here in Mount Pleasant. Believe it or not, I can't say Amazon this time. I got the candies at our local Walgreens. All right, then you're gonna put the short side up inside of there, okay? And then you're gonna score this on the short side at 1.5 inches from both sides, both ends. So you can see here what you kind of got going on. So then what you're going to do is you're going to, and I've got these at different stages to save me a little bit of time, but what you're going to do is you're going to then cut up these little tabs. Okay, so I'm just going to cut up the tabs, And I always find it works a little bit better if you cut the little, like some call it miter cutting, but you cut the little tabs into the little triangles into the tabs. And when you put it together, you don't have a whole lot of excess and stuff. And it just makes it a little bit better. And I'm just going to do the same thing on here on this one. Okay, and then from there, all you're going to do is fold on all of these little score lines. And I find it so much easier to fold it after they're cut. Some people will fold it and then do the cutting. On this, some of these littler ones, I like to do it like this. All right, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put adhesive, and I did this in advance so it would have time to dry. You're going to put some adhesive, fold these little tabs in and put adhesive on the back side of these two little tabs. So adhesive here, adhesive here. And all I did was then glue it up. So it's like this right here, okay? So that's what this one's like. We're gonna put that one to the side for right now. And then we're gonna do adhesive on these two flaps and bring it right up and snug in there, okay? So I'm gonna put adhesive again on, you can either do it on these tabs or on these tabs. I'm gonna do it on these ones, so it just makes it a little bit easy. And hopefully I don't make another mistake with my glue. So I will always tell you guys, true story, 3D projects are not always my friends. I've gotten a lot more comfortable doing them through my lots of years of doing videos for you guys. And then you're just gonna kind of hold that a little bit and let it stick together, which is kind of why I had a little bit of the gluing already done. Let me put my cover back on that because I'm gonna definitely need that glue for some more projects. So I wanna make sure that that's ready to go again. You're just going to kind of hold this together a little bit until that kind of adheres and sticks. You have a little bit of time to move it around to make sure it matches up really good, but look at that cute little box, okay? And yes, I came up with this measurement all on my own. I know, right? Aren't you guys proud of me? So then I just wanted something different for these chocolates, right? So this is some of that designer series paper, and these are cut 1 by 1 3/4. And all you're gonna do is add some adhesive. This you can just use your glue, your whatever you use for, I use the Stampin' Up! Seal, your tape runner, and then you're just gonna add these to the front and the back. I did both because why not? Just a little piece of paper. I know, Donna, I knew you would be. Donna's my cheerleader for all 3D projects, Kim Vogel. All right, and then I have a red heart here somewhere. I don't know where, but I do have a little red heart. And I added a little red heart to the front. And now I can't find my red heart. Well, you guys get the gist of it. So I added my little red heart to the front. I know I have it here somewhere, but I have a mess going on with all these projects. And then you just simply add in your little Ghirardelli hearts. So they come in cream brulee, they come in caramel, I forget the other colors, but they fit in here just perfectly. Perfect size for your little Ghirardelli chocolate. You can even pull it out a little bit so they can see that it's Ghirardelli, and add your little heart to the front, and voila, you have a cute little 3D project. Isn't that adorable? So watch my heart show up at the very end, and then I will add that on there. But I just thought it was something different to have a little cute box to put those in, and a cute little handout for my event in February. So again, if those of you that are coming, again, you're getting sneak peeks. This is also available as a kit to purchase by mail, so you can always get these already done and sent to you as well. I think it's $45 for the make and takes, the goodie bag, and all these cute little projects. All right. And I also have optional classes that I'm doing, all kinds of things. All right, you guys ready for my next one? Who's ready? Who's ready? Okay, this one is, I think, my favorite. But I'm gonna go with it because all of the supplies for it are on the top, and I wanna make sure that you guys see this because this is adorable. This is a tag that I use. These are the, these tags come from, I think it's our tailored made tags, or there's one of the tags dies in our catalog. And I meant to look this up, you guys. I did these over the weekend, last weekend, and so I didn't keep everything out. But this is a tag that you literally run through the machine. But can you guys see these, this awesome little clear plastic? Yes, those came from Amazon. And I will link I will put the link in the description of the video where I purchased these or how I got these. And they're actually designed to be for coin rollers, for you to put coins in. But they fit chapsticks perfectly. So I found some Valentine's Day themed chapsticks, and literally they pop right in there. It's that not slick, and they don't come out. Okay, they don't come out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your little tag, and you can do this in any kind of color and thing that you want to do. It doesn't really matter. And they may not all perfectly line up. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of tell you that right from the beginning. What you're gonna do is you're gonna definitely need, I know you guys, I knew you all would love this one. You're definitely gonna need to use your tear and tape for this project, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're going to add tear and tape to both sides of this little plastic holder. Now, it will go over the edge a little bit, but that's okay, because that tape comes off and then it's just clear underneath there. Okay, so we're gonna add some tear and tape to it, and I want to make sure that I get all the way to both ends, so that's why I'm making sure I have plenty for my Facebook Live. I don't want to have to piece it together. Okay, so we're just gonna go like that. I knew you guys would love this one, something different, right? Now, you could also do this on bigger pieces of paper. You don't have to do it on a tag. I just decided to do it on a tag because I thought it would be kind of cool. Okay, and then the fun part is getting this off, right? So this comes off, and then you're gonna leave your little tear and tape piece there. Okay, now these come, when you buy these things, they come 50 to a pack. So I'll definitely be using these for other events. And I think they were like $8 for 50 of these. Okay, so, and you have time to work with this because obviously that's not gonna dry on you and the chapstick's not gonna fall out. Now you're gonna wanna eyeball this, the center, the best you can, okay? So you're just gonna kind of eyeball the center, and you're just gonna push this down and it will stick down to your tag. Okay, so there we have that stuck down. Now you could leave it just like that. You wouldn't even need to do anything additional, but I did. I cut a piece of designer series paper, and this designer series paper was cut, oh, that measurement I don't have. I will write it down. And you might want to know how I did this in the center. So this is basically one of the tags. It's a smaller tag like this. So I ran it through from the bottom up, and then I used the opposite end to get it a little bit longer and ran it through a second time, turning it so that I could get this opening. Now, if you have our deckled rectangles, they would work. If you have our, and I'll make sure I post the tags that I used because I don't have them sitting here. But what I did is I cut a piece of this designer series paper. I cut the tag or the thing out of the middle, and then we're just gonna adhere this down right on the very top of that. You guys see how cool that is? And I did find that using the liquid glue was the best for this because you want to be able to have it stick on top that bulky clear holder. So I'm just going to add some of my glue to this. I knew you guys would totally love this one. But can you imagine how pretty it would be to do these for so many different kinds of projects? The only part that's kind of like, oh man, is that, yeah, they have to break into it to get the chapstick out, but it's just a tag. That's what I'm gonna tell them. It's just a tag, you guys. And then you're gonna have to hold this down for a little bit to get it to stick in place. That glue is a little bit giving to give you time. But when you want it to stick fast, it usually doesn't. So you do kind of have to hold it down a little bit and make sure you get that to stick. You can always add a little bit more glue underneath of it if you really needed to. But isn't that cool and quick and simple to do for a cute little project? All right, so from there, I just added the words "for you" onto this. And this, I believe, came from a different stamp set. I'm not sure I had this. It's not part of the, all these supplies are like 2 tables behind me. I really could go get them, but you could use just "for you." You could do, I just used the little "for you." I think, oh, it's from the Country Bouquet. It's a carryover. The Country Bouquet is a carryover stamp set from last year for Valentine's Day. And it has "I love you" in it. It has, For you. So I just used the For You, but if you were making these for like grandkids or people like that, you could easily do these and have them say, I love you or whatever. For You. And then I used, and I don't have my red ribbon here either because I have that already all back there with all the other projects that I'm making. But I just added the red ribbon. You fold it in half, put it through the hole, and, you know, bring it through and add your little ribbon to the top of this. And you have a cute little 3D project with a chapstick. Is that not the cutest project ever? I know, right? And they was fit in there perfectly. So if you're looking for a cute little party favor or a little something or other to do, this is perfect. I love that it's see-through, and that's kind of why I picked the chapsticks that I did, because then they're all decorated cute for Valentine's Day and things like that. So yeah, I hope you guys like that cute little project. And again, I will post the link for the little clear things that I had, so you'll be able to see where I got them and how I did that, okay? So you can buy those if you want to make them for yourself. Thanks, you guys. I knew you'd love that one. Okay, so my next piece of candy that I found that was Valentine's Day themed, and my kids love these. This is called the Nerds Rope. So we love the Nerd gummies, and this is very similar to it. It's like gummy, but then it's got like nerds on the outside. And of course, Valentine's Day themed. So I wanted to come up with some kind of a cute little holder for this little treat. So this is what I came up with. This cute little box that holds, and I love the sentiment. I love that we are friends. I thought how appropriate for giving out at my retreat, because I love that everybody there is so friendly and they're all my friends and we become friends through the love of crafting. Get it? My love of crafting retreat. So I loved this little box, and this is one that I just designed all on my own. So you're probably saying, Kim, how in the world do you design a box on your own? So I start with kind of measuring this to know how wide I need the box. And then I double that in measurement. And then I added another 1/2 inch to each side for the ends. So it's really not that hard to do, actually. It looks hard, but it's really, really not. So let me bring in my projects or my stuff here for this one, and I'll show you guys how easy this one is to do. So my measurements for this are is this the, where is it at? Nerd Rope. Here we go. So the measurements for this is basically a piece of cardstock that is 7.5 by 5. And again, I came up with this all on my own. So I did waste a little bit of cardstock before I got started with this. So it does happen, you guys, and it's okay. I then had scored this on the long side. So this is on the long side, putting this up on your scoring in your trimmer or in your scorer tool. And I scored this on the short side at 1/2 inch. That's it. That's going to be for the bottom. Then on the 5-inch side, I scored it at 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, 2 3/4, and 3 1/4. Okay. And then from here, we are going to cut up on these tabs. So cutting up to that very first 1/2 inch score line that I did on the 5-inch side. And we are going to notch these in just a smudge again. So for me, again, it's really easy to cut this out without it being folded. Okay, so I like to do that before I fold. Now we're just going to simply fold and burnish. You can also burnish this with your bone folder if you wanted to, but I'm just going to fold this on all of those score lines. Okay, and the first one I made wasn't tall enough, and this kept kind of flopping out on me. So I had to get very creative when making sure it was big enough to kind of hold that, but yet for people to still see their cute little treat on the inside. Okay, so from here, we're going to literally put it together the exact same way I did the other one. This one though, I'm going to put adhesive along this side right here, and you're just gonna fold this over. So we're gonna put some of that liquid glue on this little flap right here. That's the 1/2 inch flap, the very first score line that I did. So I'm gonna add some adhesive to this. And again, I'm using the liquid glue because I feel it just gives me a better hold and it's easier for me to use than our tear and tape. And then I'm just going to line this up and push it down here. Give that a good fold, give that a good crease. And we have that adhered together. Then we're just going to add our little, oh, I should have cut that one little flap off. Forgot to cut the one little flap off. It'll be fine, it'll be on the inside. And then all you're gonna do is add adhesive down to these little flaps right here. So let me do that real quick. Add adhesive to these little flaps and down to one of these. So we're just gonna glue that down, put this over, and then you are going to need to have something kind of long to be able to put in there. I use my to be able to push that down, which I don't have anything long here to be able to do that. Let me see if my pen's going to work. My pen will work. Hopefully. Yeah, it'll work. Because you want to push that down in the inside. There we go, just to push those little flaps down. Okay, so there's your cute little box. And then from there, I just decorated it. Yes, I think that's what I did use was a ruler, to be honest, but I didn't have it here, Philomena. Imagine that. All right, then I have a piece of the cardstock. So again, I just measured this. Or not cardstock, designer paper. This is 1 1/4 by 6 3/4 because this was 7. And so this little piece of paper is just going to stick on the top of it. Again, this paper is from the Most Adored paper. So if you purchase the bundle, you can get this paper for free. And this is just going to get put on the top here like that. And then I do have red hearts for this project. So this one, we're just going to add a couple of little red hearts on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of these and put that on here like that and this on there like that. Then I used the exact same punch. So here you're going to see this is the double oval. It came out, I believe, last year, maybe even 2 years ago now, in our little mini catalog. So this is just going to get adhered onto here. And again, I love that we are friends. I love that sentiment. And what I did is I just put a dimensional right in the middle on here. So that way when I went to adhere it down, I didn't have to worry about it not being off or being not in the center. So sometimes it's easier to put your dimensional on your project and then to just stick your little thing on there. Okay, to top this off, I added some rhinestones to it. And I'm going to just pick a couple rhinestones and I put them right in the middle of my hearts, just to give it a little pizzazz. And there's your box, and you're gonna see here, thank you, Kay, how awesome this fits right in there. Okay, cute little treat holder for your Nerds rope. Love it. Okay, so far, in case you've joined me a little bit late, I've showcased this awesome Nerds rope box. I've showcased this cute little Ghirardelli chocolate box. Can't forget about this, probably my favorite is the chapstick. And the cute little card for putting in, like I said, it's going to be lottery tickets. Woohoo to lottery tickets. All right, so that's what I have so far. You guys ready for the last one? I am. Okay. So the last one is probably going to be the one that's going to be the longest to show. So that's why I saved the hardest for last. I should have done it first. I'm joking. But anyway, well, let me actually show you what I have first that I want to put in it. So I found these little M&M minis. Who does not like M&Ms, right? I mean, and normally we find the little snack packs and things like that. So I found these again at Walgreens for Valentine's Day and wanted to make a cute little holder for them. So I have this adorable little milk carton box. The clips came from Amazon. Now I could have also, if I wanted to, punched this and put ribbon through it, but I didn't want to have to do that because I'm making, over 20 of these for my event. And so I wanted to just have a cute little clip on there, something that I didn't have to worry about. Now, if I wanted to, I could add a little bit of like a ribbon knot or something up there, which I still might. These literally just came today, so I just had these in time to showcase for my Facebook Live. But inside of here, again, it looks like a little milk carton. It holds this little treat perfectly, okay? And again, this uses a lot of scraps of your designer series paper. And I added one of the flirty flamingo hearts to this. And voila, you have the most amazing little, you just gotta kind of play with it to get it in there a little bit because of that little lip, but it fits in there perfectly. You got to fold that little, you got to, when you put that in there, you have to put this so it's in like a corner. Otherwise it doesn't want to, you guys can see it, how it's in a corner right there. Otherwise, if it's out on the side, this doesn't want to close the greatest. But other than that, it fits perfect. Once it's in there, you have no issues. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how easy it was to make this little milk carton. Okay, so for this project, you are going, and I have this one already done in different steps and different phases of the project because I don't want to chance ruining it. So for this project, you're going to have a piece of cardstock, whatever color you would like, that is 6.5 by 7. So this is the 6.5 inch side. So that side's what's going to go up in your scoring first. You are going to score that at 1 inch, at 1.5, at 3, 4.5, and 6. So basically it's going to be all these score lines. So you can see I'm bringing one in that I've kind of already done that part for you. Then you're going to put it in at the 7 inch side, and you're going to score at 1.5, 5.5, and 6. So these are those score lines right here. All right, so you're going to have a piece then that's scored. From there, what you're going to do is you are going to cut up on one of the, on all of those lines to the very first, so the 1.5 inch, you're going to cut all the way up. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do that little miter cutting. Okay. And I actually did cut off this one little tab, but then I did the miter cutting on those 2 tabs, and I cut a little bit of that off because you don't need all of that bulk. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you guys where I scored is, can you guys see up here on this? I also did a little bit of scoring. I made 2 small score marks. One at, this is also on the bigger side. I did one little score mark at 2.25 and one at 5.25. Ignore that one, it's wrong. And those you don't have to worry about scoring, but you only bring it down to that first line, okay? And then what you're going to have to do, we have to do a little bit of scoring to get the little V in there. So you're going to take a ruler. We're going to pretend this is a ruler, okay? You're going to take a stylus or whatever you want to do for scoring. You could even use a piece of cardstock, to be honest. And you're going to go right from the center here where you have this little line. And you're going to just do a diagonal down to this corner. And then you're going to take your stylus and you're going to score it. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to just match it up from where this little score line is right here down to here, line it up with your little stylus, and you're going to score it. And you're going to do that on both of these sides where you have that little score mark. So I'm hoping that that makes sense for you all. Okay, so from there, you're just going to fold this in on all of the different score lines. You're going to fold this up. It goes together the exact same way as if you were going to score or do a box. So let me actually take a minute and add the adhesive to this. Now it's white on white, so you guys really can't see it the greatest. But then we're just going to fold this over, fold that over, let that sit for a minute. And again, I should have had one already done to this phase, so you didn't have to wait for this to dry, but it won't take too long. All right, and then the bottom, we're gonna do the exact same thing. And I should have probably put the paper on it before it was, while it was still flat, but that's okay. We're gonna add adhesive again to these 2 flaps on the bottom. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive here. We can decorate it up after it's done. And then onto one of these. So that's gonna go down, that's gonna go down, and then the one with the adhesive comes down, and you're gonna make this perfect little box. So you have a little bit of time to get it to go together the way you want it. And then you're gonna push that down. Usually I have this closer to me, so it's a little bit easier for me to do. Again, you're gonna wanna take something inside of the box and push those flaps down because you have adhesive on those. So I'm just taking a pen here and pushing that down really good. Okay, and then you're gonna have your cute little box like this. Now the neat thing is that because you've already scored, from there you're just going to push this in. Actually, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit more, so bear with me. But what you're gonna do, because we have those little score lines there that you did the little V's and that little thing, you're just gonna literally pinch this together, pinch it together, and it's literally gonna go right together for you. Okay, and I probably should have folded on that score line a little bit better, but literally you're just gonna pinch this together and it's gonna come right together for you. Okay, so then from there, all you're gonna do is you're gonna add your little pieces of paper. I have 4 pieces of designer series paper. And again, I probably should have, while this was flat, would have been a lot easier for me to decorate this, but that's okay. So these little designer series paper pieces are 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. So they are a different odd size, but they're gonna fit down here in all of these panels perfectly on all 4 sides. And then I have, because you don't need them on the 2 sides that go in, I have 2 little pieces of designer series paper. So you're gonna wanna make sure you cut this the right way so the orientation is correct. So I have 2 little pieces of this that is then cut 7/8 by 1 3/8. That is gonna get adhered to the top here. Let me bring my sample back in so you guys can see that. Okay, and then I just added the cute little heart to it. And here's my cute little clips. So again, you're just gonna fold this together, and then this just gets clipped on here, and you have a cute little box with your little treat in it. And again, I should have scored or folded that line, so that's why it's not puckering here a little bit, but I'll fix it later with my stylus thing. But there you have it, you guys. There is your cute little box for those awesome little M&Ms. What do you guys think? Do you like that? So yes, I had a lot of fun. I think it was fun finding all of my candy treats that I wanted to do, because I knew I wanted them all to be themed Valentine's Day. So I had a lot of fun being able to look for those things. And then I knew that I wanted to, again, showcase what I was going to do for you guys, the whole work smarter, not harder concept. That these were going to then become my little projects that I was going to give out at my February 3rd event. So again, those of you coming, yep, you're gonna see it. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys love it, for those of you coming. If you guys are interested in receiving these awesome projects, you can still sign up for the class or the retreat in a box type thing. But these are the cute little gifts. So this is going to be their name tag. I always make them a little name tag. And then these will be the 4 little gifties that I'll be giving out to them. So yeah, thanks you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I did get done by 8 o'clock. And I didn't mess up too much other than almost gluing my first project together. But I hope that you guys enjoyed these cute little projects and that you consider making these for yourself. Again, I will be sharing all the measurements. I never ever don't share my measurements because I want you guys duplicating them, creating them, and sharing them with others as well. So again, thank you all so very much. Be thinking about me on Sunday as I say goodbye to Natalie and wish her well on her. So far, I'm doing okay because I know that this is going to be a good thing for her. But I'm sure I'll have my moment once we leave her at the airport. So, all right. Thanks again, all of you so very much. And I will be back with you guys next week for another great presentation showcasing some great projects from our January through April catalog. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you soon.